It's a story that we've been covering extensively here on America Reports, the fight to protect girls' sports. The latest example coming over the weekend on the West Coast. Brand new video from Oregon's high school track championship capturing the moment two female athletes stepped down from the medal podium, refusing to stand beside a transgender athlete who placed fifth in the girls' high jump. Let's bring in Riley Gaines, OutKick contributor and host of Gaines for Girls on OutKick. Riley, great to have you on this afternoon.
Always good to see you, John. Thank you.
So what happened in Oregon is slightly reminiscent of what happened to Stephanie Turner. She took a knee rather than compete against a biological male. She was kicked out of the tournament. She was put on probation for a year. These girls, in this particular case, did compete. They actually placed higher than the biological male, but they were still punished by a male official who shooed them away and said, "Get out of the picture."
That's what they do. That's what they've done the past few years, really. Any girl who dares to oppose this movement, who dares to even question this movement, they are the ones who are reprimanded, John, not the boy who's standing on the podium at their state championship, which, bear in mind, John, this happened in 5 states this past week, 5 blue states. It happened in California, Oregon, Washington, Maine, and Minnesota, where boys were standing atop the podium at a women's state qualifying or state championship event. So these girls, to me, are heroines. Their bravery, their willingness to say what so many people, and I would imagine what most of those girls, even on that podium, feel, to say it out loud and to display it publicly like that is incredibly brave, and they're heroines to me.
It seems, though, that any time a female athlete does this, they're branded as transphobic. They're haters as opposed to something else. But one of the athletes who was involved, Alexa Anderson, said this to Fox News Digital: "We didn't refuse to stand on the podium out of hate. We did it because someone has to say this isn't right." And here's what she said when she elaborated to Laura Ingraham last night.
It's unfair because biological males and biological females compete at such different levels that allowing a biological male into our competition is taking up space and opportunity from all these hardworking women. The girl in 9th who should have been in 8th and had that podium spot had that taken away from her, as well as many others.
Well, what's really interesting is that the opinion seems to be changing across the country on this, and it's being driven by the individual athletes. And you were the one who really kicked this all off. It's not being driven by the organizations. It's the athletes who are standing up and saying, this isn't right.
Which is heartbreaking. Can you believe, John, that a young girl, a high schooler, I mean, she's maybe 15, 16, 17 years old, has to sit on national news to explain that boys and girls are different? We had a sitting president. We have a sitting Supreme Court justice who can't even answer what a woman is because she says she's not a biologist. You don't have to be a biologist to understand that men and women are different. So when I see, again, these young girls, the onus should not fall on them. So many people have failed them, have failed their daughters, have failed these female athletes. For them to be at the place where she's on Fox News talking to Laura Ingraham, where I'm here, John, talking to you about this, we have seen failure after failure after failure, whether that's governorship in each state, whether that is the specific sport governing bodies, whether that, again, is the previous president, whether that is the judicial system. It has been so many failures where these young girls have to stand up for themselves in this way.
Yeah, there was a biological male who repeated as state champion in the girls' track and field event in Washington State, had this to say after positioning number 1 on the podium: "I'm going to put this in the most PG-13 way. I'm just going to say it's a damn shame that they don't have anything else better to do. I hope they get a life. But oh well, it just shows who they are as people." A lot of women that I've talked to say, no, it shows who that athlete is a person. A biological male who can't really make it in the men's or the boys division comes in and blows the girls away.
That's it. That's how virtually every instance of this happening, that's the way it goes, where a mediocre man who couldn't hack it in his own category, in his rightful division, the men's division, switches to the women's side, where it's not a lateral movement at all. They skyrocket in terms of placement or achievements. This isn't happening the other way. You don't see girls infringing on men's sports or even going into men's prisons or joining men's fraternities. This is only happening really one way, and that is, of course, with women and children and parental rights being infringed upon.
All right, Riley, always good to catch up with you and get your thoughts. I'm sure that we'll get a lot more opportunity in the future to sit down and chat with each other.
I hope not, John.
No, I'm afraid I think we will.
Thanks.
Thanks. We'll be right back.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.